What's up, my Beastfires? Beastfire1 here. Welcome to a game called Vin Diesel, DMing a game of D&D just for you. I totally did not practice that like 5 or 6 times before I got it right. So this, I found this on itch.io, and it was like I was scrolling down the list. I was looking for new games to play, and I saw Vin Diesel, and I honestly could not resist. It sounds so hilarious. It has ASMR in the title too, so I'm not sure what to expect, but I'm gonna try to do my best Vin Diesel impression. Hold on. Hey there, I'm Vin Diesel, but please call me Vin. You know, sometimes life could be rough. Oh, yeah, I know that feeling, Vin. I know, Mr. Diesel. Can I call you Vin? Can I call you Vin? We've all got hard things to deal with, right? Sometimes we lose people, sometimes people hurt us, and some days we're just not feeling it, and we don't even know why. Of course, Vin, of course, yeah. When I'm feeling down, one thing I like to do is play a game. I feel like games can really bring us together. What's your favorite game? It so happens to be Dungeons and Dragons, Mr. Vin Diesel. Haha, yeah, I love that one too, but my all-time favorite has to be Dungeons and Dragons. We're the same! We're just the same! Oh my goodness, even though I've never played Dungeons and Dragons before. Oh my goodness, Vin Diesel, you really get me. You really get me on an emotional and, you know, just sort of mental state, you know? I know. Big tough guy like Vinny rolling dice and fighting wizards. Seems funny, don't it? But listen, yeah, but listen here. Role-playing is just like acting, but with your friends, and you get to choose the role. No getting stuck with meathead lunks all the time, you know what I'm saying? The funny thing is that Vin Diesel actually played Dungeons and Dragons with Geek and Sundry back in 2015. I had to look that up if he actually played Dungeons and Dragons, but he does. Normally you play D&D with a bunch of pals, but if you liked, we could play a game right now. Just us? Of course, Vin Diesel. You know, you've won my heart already. You had me at hello. Great. I know you're gonna love it. So here's how it'll work. I'm going to be the Dungeon Master. We usually call it the DM. I know, sounds scary, right? It sounds like I'm sliding into your DMs right now. Is that what I'm doing? Is that what I'm doing right now? Are you listening? I know. But just think of it like I'm the director. I control everything that's not the character you're playing. So like other people, animals, monsters, weather, the moon, the sun, clouds, all that stuff. Don't worry though, I'm not out to get you. My job is to set the stage for you to tell a cool story about your character. Ooh, alright, your character. Normally people like use the rule books to make their own, but to save time, why don't you play one of these characters I rolled up earlier? Let's see, we got... These pictures are so... they're so not fitting. Let's see. We got Katerin, the elven fighter, Ro, the half-orc bard, Avea, the human wizard, and Mar, the dwarven cleric. Don't worry about the numbers or details or anything. I can handle all for that. All that for now. Just pick whichever jumps out at you. Oh, now we have a choice. We have a real choice. All right, do we pick Katerin, Ro, Avea, or Mar? I'm more of a fighter than anything. When I pick like a class in like RPG games or MMO games, I pick like the warrior. I'll pick the elven fighter, that one. Katerin's the toughest of the bunch. Katerin's the toughest of the bunch, that's for sure. I'm talking axes, I'm talking shields, the whole 9 yards. Sometimes it pays to be direct, right? And hey, my first D&T character was an elf too. Then you and I are one of the same, Mr. Diesel. Oh my goodness. But hey, I'm getting sidetracked here. Let's get started, Yeah, stare into my eyes, Mr. Diesel. Just do that, please. Alright, let me set the scene. You've just set out from your hometown, a young adventurer full of hope and possibility. Will you find fame or fortune on the road ahead? Thrills? Friendship? The sun shines high in the clear sky that seems to reflect your buoyant spirits. I have buoyant spirits. This is the closest I'll ever get to an actual celebrity. As you tread down the path, leaving your hometown and to strike out on your own, you encounter a man lying on the road, wounded and crying for aid. What do? I'ma rush to help the man. Yeah, rushing in to help a person in trouble is exactly what a hero does. As you get closer, you notice that he's bleeding from a bunch of wicked-looking cuts. Real gross stuff. I ain't afraid of no gross stuff. You know, you should know me by now, Vin Diesel, by looking at me. I know you by looking at you. You manage to bandage up the worst of his cuts and help him unsteadily to his feet. He clears his throat and says, "Many thanks, fellow adventurer. They call me Melkor, and before you came across me, I feared I had met an untimely end. Sorry, I can't speak right now. I'm being real stupid. I was set upon by a great beast, but managed to crawl into the road to escape. If I'm not mistaken, you wear the garb of a fighter. Your skills would be of great use in tracking and revenging myself upon the foul creature. What say you?" "Excellent. Onward then," Melkor says. "Yes, onward to adventure, onward to find this foul beast, and I will slay it with my bare hands and perhaps my sword and shield, but primarily my bare hands." You follow the trail of blood and broken foliage back into the brush, moving carefully so not as to attract unwanted attention. Finally, Melkor motions for you to stop, then points ahead to a small rocky outcropping. Ahead of you, perched beneath the rocks, stands a fearsome owlbear. Ah! Sorry. I want that to actually be a thing, like people doing ASMR videos and at the end just do a really loud scream. I'm not gonna do that. I hope I didn't do that to you just now. I'll probably fix the volume in editing. What's an owlbear? Please tell me, Mr. Diesel. Well, picture a bear with an owl's head. It's a kind of monster. They might sound funny, but owlbears are nothing to mess with. Are they? Oh, please tell me more. Hold, friend, Melkor says. Look closely. The beast is feeding its young. Sure enough, you can spot a little baby owlbear clamoring for its parent's attention as a larger creature spits out a mass of pre-digested food onto its waiting beak. Nature is pretty gross, huh? Yes, it is, Vin Diesel, in that face. I might have stumbled onto its territory, leaving the owlbear to fight fiercely in defense of its child. Melkor realizes, I have no quarrel with the beast. How could we fight it? And besides, I'm yet alive. Thanks to your assistance. How can we fault it? Sorry. What do we do? Guys, what do we do? What do we do with Melkor? As you are about to move on, you spot a golden charm stuck to the owlbear's fur. Alas, it would be impossible to get close enough to grab it without the beast noticing. I see it too, Melkor. These pictures of Vin Diesel are just perfect. I want them all collaged into one picture so I can have Vin Diesel staring at me just the entire time. I see it too, Melkor says. I fear we'd merely ruse the beast to further rage should we approach, though. There's far less dangerous treasures to be had in this world. Well, friend, I give you my thanks for your aid, Melkor says as you return to the road. I should seek a healer for these wounds. Perhaps our roads will cross again in the future. Until then, fare thee well. Alright, why don't we wrap things up here for now? No, Vin Diesel, no, I want to play more D&D with you! Oh, we didn't even get to rolling the dice or whatever the heck we do in D&D. I know, I'd like to keep playing too, but I've got to get back to work. You are, look at you though, you're a natural. You know what? I bet you're great at a lot of other things too. Aww, he says I'm talented. Oh, this is the most amazing compliment anyone's ever given me indirectly. If you were feeling rough, I hope that helped. You know, role-playing is not just about getting away from it all. It can help us think about who we want to be and what kind of world we want to live in. Next time life's giving you hell and you're getting down on yourself, just think about how you helped out your buddy Melkor and remember how tough and clever and resourceful you are. Or I could think about your glistening muscles and abs. That would make me feel better. I had a blast. Until next time, take care. Take care, Mr. Diesel. Take care. Is that the that's the Fast and Furious 7 movie? Furious 7. ASMR. Vin Diesel DMing a game of D&D just for you. Built with twine. I know the software twine. My friend used it and I messed around with it a little bit. This font is Merryweather, if you're wondering. This game was really silly, but I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. If you guys want to play the game for yourself, you want to go down the hold back route, then go to the link in the description, get the game. It's a little browser game too, so yeah. That's all I had to say. I hope you enjoyed this ASMR adventure. And thank you all so much for watching. Like, comment, share with a friend, consider subscribing, hit the bell down there to become notified. And until then, fight the beast, my friends. Stay awesome. Have a great day. See you all next time. Bye.